in 1 vs. 2. Scotty takes round 3, but Rory takes home the belt. Let's get into it. Let's go. Bam! Oh my God! Welcome back to the Swoosh Life Podcast. This is episode, who knows, but it's the post Ryder Cup show. And we had a time. USA loses, unfortunately, to the Euros, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it at the end because there was a bunch of other stuff that happened at the beginning. And man, Nike, I don't know. I think they punched above their weight right there and hit the knockout, because that was an awesome little weekend for us as if you're a Nike fan. So, boys, how are we doing? How was it? Let's get into this.
Man, it was a crazy last couple of days, starting off with this past Thursday. We're recording on a Sunday night after the Ryder Cup with the Euros winning and stuff, but it was a very long Thursday day. Matt and I met each other in New York City. I drove down very, very early in the morning. I was actually went to one of my cousins was down there for Bethpage, and he was working the event for the whole week. So I was actually 15 minutes away from Bethpage Black, but I went down to pick up Matt so we could head into the city so we can go to the Nike House of Innovation. Got the old invite down from some very special people, which was awesome. We had a great time. We created some great pieces that we're going to be showing to you, maybe throughout the podcast today, and we'll be posting about them as well. But overall, Matt and I, it was great to catch up with you, get to see you in person again. It was over a year and a half since the Masters in 2024 when we all were together. So I got to see Gumby a couple times this summer. Matt, I got to see you too. So that was pretty cool. We all kind of got together a little bit here and there, but overall great trip. I know we're going to get into it more with Nike and Eastside, of course, the after party kind of thing, launching the two new shoes for Eastside, the collab, which was great. But Matt, how you feeling? How was traveling back? It was great to see you.
Yeah, and I think the way that we're gonna go is we're gonna let's talk about the trip. Let's talk about going to Nike, and then we'll do the East Side party, and we'll score rank the collection, East Side, and then we will finish with the Beth Page stuff. So it's there's just so much that's gone on in the last 4 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a treat. Keith, thanks for being my taxi cab. Saved us some money there, picking me up from LaGuardia.
Yep.
And it was straight to we had a special detour actually. So for those of you that follow us on Instagram, you
Yes.
might have seen a friend of mine or a acquaintance of mine in another world said, "Hey, you want to come over to Sotheby's?" So we go over to Sotheby's, and he's like, "Hey, let me show you the collection at Sotheby's." And we walk in, and there's Michael Johnson's 1996 Atlanta Gold shoes. There's Kobe Bryant's Jordan 8s, signed by the way. Michael Jordan, GOAT's signed 16s. They have a whole shoe collection. So check out our Instagram stories. We'll have more from Sotheby's on that. And then it was straight to the House of Innovation. So really special for us guys at the end of this year to be invited out to golf's premier team event, which is the Ryder
Mhm.
Cup. We get invited out by Nike, and thank you, Earl and Olajuwon, for the invite to the East Side. So, I guess the way we should kick it off is, man, how cool was it? And Gumby, Gumby has a newborn, so he wasn't able to
I was gonna
join us,
say, if you
guys.
guys are wondering, like, hey, Gumpy's in New York, why didn't he go? Well, shout out to Miss Scotty Lynn has arrived. So mama baby doing great. And also shout out Golf Tees, man. Golf Tees has a long standing partner for us. You guys can see the balls that we've got. We've got a bunch of different ones that they have printed for us. We have done some giveaways. And so shout out golftees.com and stuff. Soft spikes. I always get this wrong.
That's
Soft
it.
spikes. Yep.
Yep.
So perfect. And so these showed up on my doorstep. Scotty Lynn birthday. Wait. And I can't thank them enough. So I really appreciate that, guys. That was huge. So yeah, I'm on dad duty, but so we let the boys take it from here. So I'm gonna ask some questions, some follow up questions, but I'm gonna let them handle the walkthrough of everything because it was a cool day. I was at home just checking Instagram stories, being like, "What's going on? What's going on?" So it was a cool day. Thank you to our partners at Nike. Awesome.
I think it was awesome to see, for me, the energy of activating in New York, right? Like activating in New York is like no small feature, whether it's Eastside or Nike. And the fact that Nike did not send Nike Golf out into the corner of New York, they said, hey, we are going to dedicate a space at our premier store. It's on Fifth Avenue, Nike Hall of Innovation. The Skims launch was the night before they had the party. They had a couple things partitioned off. They had to tell Keith and I, like, hey, do not film certain things because it hadn't debuted yet. But it was just amazing that golf is sharing that space, sharing that stage. And it made me feel like, man, Nike cares again or more. I hate to say again, Nike's always cared. It's just it seems like there's more resources dedicated to it. Shout out to Jake and Yaz, the team out there on the fourth floor, because they're like, yeah, it seems like the golfers like feeling like being seen, and I felt seen as a golfer and a Nike fan. I don't know, Keith, did you get that same feeling?
Yeah, the moment we got up there on the fourth floor, we didn't know what to expect or what was decorated or anything like that. And we walked up there and it was boom, Nike Golf, Scotty Rory. You could see it from our stories. It was a huge setup. And then we walked back to the House of Innovation and it was decorated, Nike Golf Club, ready to go. And Jake and Yaz, they loved it. They loved us being there. They loved us promoting that section of that for Nike Golf. And I think we really got along with them. And it was just like a instant connection, I think, Matt, between you and Jake, you filming everything, or I was filming and then you and him interacting and stuff. It all flowed really well. It all happened so fast. It was just like it's a New York minute. Everything was just flying by there. We're filming, getting all the content, everything together. But overall, great setup. You can go in there, pick your creations, do what you wanted to do. Um, and it was just all Nike golf. It was cool to kind of see some hidden gems that were hanging, some golf clubs that were hanging. Our very first golf club to our very last, which was a funny little
Matt
joke.
asking
It
how
was
this is
great.
stolen the plastic is an
Oh
all
yeah,
timer for me because it's true. Like, how do they have one that's still in the plastic? And I remember this little plug. You can still go to Nike House of Innovation on Fifth Avenue and till October 9th and create some of these creations. You can see what Keith has on right now, behind him, all that stuff. So if you guys are in New York City, you're listening to us, go over there because also while supplies last, Seamus still doing some free stuff. They got the head covers, you got the ball markers. So not sure they're still available, but you can also check out that Hallie Ledbetter, Michelle, we were there as well, making some cool stuff. There's so many things that you can do there. So go, 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 go.
no, I was just gonna keep going, Matt. I'll pass it back over to you. But I was just saying it was all
Yep.
very welcoming for us. I think we all hit it off, and it was very Nike golfish, I'll say. It was just very well set up. It was perfect. It was a perfect day. It was like I said, it was fast, it was entertaining, and you guys saw the stories and reels so far, which is awesome.
If
Matt,
that if
how
that
how
rug
cool
gets
was it?
stolen, no, it didn't. Keith doesn't have it.
I now that we've gotten all the thank yous out of the way, like let's walk everybody through what
Yeah.
happened. Basically, is we're at Sotheby's doing the shoe collection. We're doing the tour at Sotheby's, and we had been invited to Nike Town, but we didn't, or Nike HOI. We didn't know what to expect, everybody. And
Right?
then I get the phone call while we're at HOI that, hey, you guys are going to be doing custom golf apparel, which I can't remember even back in the day when there was Nike Golf, when you could do custom golf apparel. And the cool thing is, so when you guys walk up to the fourth floor over there, you get this get your choice of polos, but you also have Nike sportswear things, which is actually really cool. So there were shorts. We saw Hallie do a tote today. You
Yep,
could have
tote.
done, I did a sweater. I did just a sportswear crew
Yeah.
neck because I was
Yeah.
like, hey, we can take Nike sportswear stuff and we can make it golf. And shout out T up. We can make it golf. I think it's awesome. I think it was really cool, and the designs, there's a lot of effort put into all the designs because it's not
Oh
like
my god.
it's not like, hey, we've got like two or three patches that we can iron on. I think, what do we have? Like over 16 items that we could have put on there.
Yeah.
Um,
Or
Keith's got
more.
one over his
Yeah.
shoulders. So, for me, the hard thing was picking just two things. Because I think the other cool thing is the way that the Seamus promo was. If you bought $100, you get a Seamus head cover and two coins. Like that paid for itself right there. Like it was
Hmm.
absolutely stunning that Nike thought ahead of time to put that together with Seamus. Shout out to Seamus for sharing our reel and collabing with us. So, I was stuck. I gotta admit, you guys, I was overwhelmed. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I gotta go three pieces maybe here. I went with the polo, I went with the sweater. I might message those guys, but maybe I'll book a flight to New York and go back. I should have done the pigeon. I don't know why I
The
Oh
didn't do the
pigeon. No,
pigeon.
man.
that was sweet. Yeah.
I totally rushed to judgment because I was scared that I was gonna get paralyzed with options. So I was like, just give me the sweater that's hanging right there. Just do it. Shout out to Paige. I was like, Paige, just
Yeah.
redo the sweater. But then by the time she was pressing the sweater, I'm like, should I do the pigeon? Should I do the pigeon for my wife? Should I do the pigeon for me? I thought the pigeon was the coolest icon, to be honest with you guys. Keith, what was your process like going through that?
It was a lot of choices in a short period of time. And what you could do is probably spend a couple more hours in there just deciding on what you wanted to do. So, kind of what I went with, just me being with Nike Golf, love wearing polos. I went with two polos. I'm actually have one on right now, and the other one's right behind me. But I also went with a hoodie, a really heavyweight hoodie that we had, and I threw two of the one, my top two. We'll get into the logos, I guess, but my top two favorite logos was the
I know
Skyline.
that
I'm
one was
sorry, the
sweet.
Ryder Cup one here with the shield, and I did getting buckets, which is awesome because I loved all the Nike golf balls in there with all the swooshes with the basket on there. So
That was
those
cool.
were my three
Their callbacks,
pieces.
like, I mean, you guys are sending me pictures and stuff like that. Keith, you can show off what they made for me. They made something awesome
Oh
for
yeah,
me. So I was pretty pumped to see that they did some stuff. They honored Scotty coming into the world. I know it's gonna get a little
yep,
confusing now that I named my daughter Scotty, but with some pink, and so I got the
yep,
little like apple on the tee, and then the nod to Bethpage Black and the highly skilled golfers only. So that definitely wasn't described my game this year, but maybe next year. So pretty. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. But pretty cool to see. Like they went real quick through it. I think I had like 5 minutes to choose myself, and so. But there were so
Sorry.
many. No, there's so many cool icons to choose from that like
yeah,
it's almost, and I'll say this in like the like most gratifying and like cool way, that it's almost a shame that these logos won't see not daylight but like more life to them through other things, you know what I mean, because they are really really cool, and the designers that worked on them and did them, like, shout out to them, man. To have like five, was it 4 or 5 different Nike Golf like shield logos with the different
yeah,
silhouettes of the players. They had
Five.
Nelly, Michelle, Tommy, Scotty, Rory, right?
Yep.
Did I
correct.
get
Yep.
that
Nailed
right?
it.
So, like that's damn cool. And then all the nods to New York City, Long Island, Bethpage, like, is just a really great touch. Matt, you hit on it in a reel, I believe, but like the getting buckets is like a nod to Rucker Park. Like obviously the highly skilled golfers only. Like the pigeon, the apple, the skyline. Even on Keith's hoodie, you have
The
an
pizza
eagle
box.
versus a lion,
Yeah,
right? Like that's like
right,
the coolest little like Ryder Cup nod that you don't see in
right.
actual Ryder Cup logos, and I think that's just very very well done, and we've always preached this about Nike, that their attention to detail is top notch and unmatched, and I just think, man, like what a really cool job those designers and the team at Nike Golf did for that. So
Yeah,
Yep. And look,
there's
let's not say that it's so bad that it's like short lived. Because there was a time where we were talking about the awesome icons made for the shoes in the majors, and we didn't even get
yep,
those on shirts, right? Or we got it on
right,
one shirt.
right.
You have a chance to put it on your shirt. And you know what? Even if you're a non like golf fan or casual golf fan, you're just wandering New York City and you wander in there. Like, what a cool treat, right? So until October 9th. But yeah, Keith, what were you gonna say?
I totally forgot, but what I'm trying to think what I was gonna say was it was everything's happened so fast there to make a decision on what your logo that you're going to pick and everything like that, and between us filming and everything, which was great. The overall experience, I have to get it like an A plus plus. And all right, now I do remember what I was going to say is, Matt, you kind of touched on it a little bit, is you feel like they care a little bit more with all this. So I just wanted to piggyback on that. That's all I was going to say. But overall, the House of Innovation, A plus, the whole thing, from the hospitality to us creating things, um, it was a great in time.
Well, and I think
Yeah,
they care too that like the team was there, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but the team of that Nike Golf was there, and I think that's cool. That's what you want to see, and we want that more, right? Like so,
yeah.
just shout out to them too. Let's not forget Matt. Oh, Matt, finish the House of Innovation stuff before I get transition. So
Before you transition to
yeah,
Eastside? No,
no, I was
absolutely.
gonna say
Yeah.
transition something else.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No, perfect. Yeah, the thing is that, and we're kind of gonna beat the point, but think about like the amount of effort that it took to get into this, right? And maybe it's time to talk about, maybe you're gonna transition to the spot and not East Side because we do have to talk about the Nike spot.
Exactly the spot.
But to get that spot together and get that HOY together and get all that, that's a massive amount of resources. And the quote that I gave Nike is that it feels like even though golf is low volume, Nike now recognizes that golf is high visibility, right?
Right.
The
Hmm.
only sport competing with the NFL this Sunday was the Ryder Cup.
Right.
And you had your two heavyweights going toe to toe. And guess what? You did an excellent job, not only with the spots, but activating New York City. Really well done. Is that where we're going? Are we going to the spot, Gumby?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to the spot, and I think like just another unbelievable shout out to, and we talked about this I think on the last podcast. You guys can go back and listen, but like we talked about people kind of calling out Nike in like no win asset for Tommy, correct?
Right.
And we said Nike only cares about majors, and that's kind of just how it's been. Well, a Ryder Cup is like a major event right now. You know what I mean? In the world of sports, it's in the world of golf. I would say you have your Ryder Cup years. President's Cup is okay, but like it's and then you've got your majors, and then you got the players, and we saw them attack that, do the spot with the Tyson voiceover, one verse two. I mean, you listen to that DMX song and the first lyrics in it is like a 1 2 1 2. Like that's literally like what you're seeing. And now Rory came out on top. Rory played better than I think Scotty did this week. But also Scotty got everyone's best. I'm pretty sure everyone has combined 22 under in Scotty's like matches. Like he just came up against buzzsaws all week. That's what you're gonna
Mm.
get as the best player in the world. But they then got Tiger Woods, a New York City legend, and they got the theater as well. They put it out. Was it Thursday morning, guys? Right? They put out the
Yep.
spot. So
Right.
before the start of the Ryder Cup, kind of when you guys are getting down there and everything, and then to also they followed it up. So they had then assets. I would assume they had a USAS, obviously, like created, but they then followed it up. And if you go to NikeGolf.com, or you go to Nike.com/golf, you will see there is a win asset of the theater with Rory, Tommy, and Robbie Mack. Can't forget him. He won me $500 earlier this year, or 300, something like that. Like congratulating them, Team Europe, and then they had the follow up spot of them like putting up the letters on the marquee, all that stuff. So you didn't just see the activation stop; they finished the job, they completed the cycle, and I think that is a huge point to it as well.
Yeah. A plus effort on the before the Ryder Cup and the finishing piece, the knockout piece right there that came out late after the Ryder Cup ended. Um, Overall, that piece is just right there, along with all the other pieces, starting with the Masters at the beginning with Rory winning the Masters this year. Just what a collection of posts, reels, ads, anything for Nike this year. It's just with golf. It's just been a top-notch performance. Matt, what do you think? You're the one that broke it down for us. Made we made all that and it came out great and it gave everybody out there an insight on what that message really was for New York City, for the Ryder Cup, everything, and
Well, and the
Nike.
cool thing is Nike dropped it without like telling any of the pundits or anything like that, which I just think is like they're keeping stuff close to the vest a little bit too now, so which is kind of
I mean,
cool.
I want to. The thing is, it was just a surprise for all of us, right? Thursday
Yeah.
morning. Hey, let's kick this off with Mike Tyson voicing over. Obviously, they filmed it at a New York theater. It's kind of wild, the attention to detail, the resources. I mean, think about like what it would take to pull that off. But this is what I mean is like this is a holistic approach to this event. This is
Exactly.
what makes me excited when people say like, "Oh man, Nike Golf in 26 is going to be back." It's not just about the apparel; it's the fact that like that this marketing team, they've got an ad piece that starts off the event. We would have loved for it to be the USA winning, but there was one to cap off the event, right?
Well,
And the
for
in
Nike
between.
Golf,
I
for
don't think
like
they could have
Nike.com
done
ad
anything
piece.
better. I
Nike.com
don't
is
think they
a
could have
much
done
cooler
anything better
website.
except actually give us a Ryder Cup shoe. But we've talked about this in the past, right? Like maybe the last Ryder Cup, they did a Team USA, Rory shoe, and they did a Team Europe Rory shoe, and they did a Team USA. And I don't know what the sales were. Maybe they looked at it and said, this ain't worth it. Because probably like I'm guessing the European one does not sell as much as the USA one did. But that's my only thing because I can't be totally like 100%. But everything else, beautifully done, beautifully done.
Sure, the
I
Ryder
just
Cup
Yeah.
shoes from 2 years ago are my favorite Fourth of July shoes to wear. They're so
yes,
good.
Oh yeah.
They're so good. So, no, I agree. I think it harkens back. It feels back to the days of like "Don't Sleep on Summer," where they were just like grooving, right? Like there's a poster behind me that got sent to me that is a "Don't," like everything was thought out and attached to something. And so, yeah, it feels like the beginnings of those days again, which is just so exciting. Um, as a Nike Golf fan and as a podcast, to be quite honest, that like this is a this is a care, this is an attention to detail that they are starting to put back into us and golf and the fan and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
just think that is it's not us as in the podcast, but like us as in the fan, right? Like we we were left out for a while, and it feels good, and I hope it continues. I hope, like you know what I mean. Like I'm not taking a victory lap yet, but I'm hoping it continues. So it's cool to see, just really cool to see, guys. Like it's been a fun little year this year, that's for sure. So
yep.
East Side, you boys got to go to the East Side little kickoff event for their new collab with Nike, and I just think this is like one of the coolest collabs out there that I've kind of seen, and it's something that we talked about again earlier on this pod. We talked about it with Jock and whatnot earlier this year. Like, just there needs to be slightly more of this. I don't want to oversaturate. I don't think it needs to be like what Sugarloaf is doing and just partnering with every brand possible right now. That's not it. But this is it. Two shoes. You have the Nike Air Max Plus, and you have the Tour 4 in what would be called the Eastside Golf colorway, using that blue, using their Eastside Golf like moniker on the Tour 4 within the swoosh, the chrome base plate on the east side of the Air Max Plus, the east side thing. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I'm going to show it, okay? I'm gonna let you guys do it better. I was like, why am I trying to describe it? Well, it's a podcast. You guys listen to us. But
But
if you're not
Spotify now
listening,
shows video. We
go to
we now have
YouTube as
video on
well. And you can
Spotify.
go to
Yeah.
YouTube and whatnot. And I'm going to show it. So, Matt, Keith, take it away. I'm going to stop talking and show you guys.
No, it was a great invite to get. It was cool to see these shoes in person, live in person. I'm always a big fan of any type of blue shoe that comes out. But with these two nailed it, the VT4 and the Air Max Plus. To have Eastside kind of scripted right into the Air Max Plus is an unbelievable touch in that web. We're now looking at the VT4, if anybody's watching online, back to the Plus, but the close up of the webbing of Eastside on the outside sole of your foot, and then with golf scripted and webbed on the inside part of the shoe is also an unreal touch. Um, like I said, just to see these in person and see this collab like kind of come together, I'm just gonna go back to the point that Matt and I made is just like golf, Nike Golf is just, I think, climbing. We're climbing back up again. So overall, these shoes are great. I know we're gonna rank them, but Matt, what are your first thoughts? The party and everything like that, the invite. We got to see a lot of cool people there. It was just like a nice, it was like a cocktail hour. It was pretty cool just to see everything. And the launch, their apparel was there as well, just to see their apparel hanging up on the shelves. And then these two shoes were scattered throughout the whole show.
I want to say, like, the thing about like reaching out to the community that Nike Golf is doing and that Eastside is doing by inviting little guys like us, right? Like, I think that's incredible. So thank you, Earl. Earl's the one that extended the invite. Just unbelievable opportunity for us to go there and hang out with them. And What a beautiful space, beautiful store. The cool thing about this is Earl and Olajuwon were talking about during the party how their collaboration, the first one was with Jordan, right? And they did in, out the mud, clay, then dirt. Then 1961 is change. It's grass. It's green. And now they're sky, take flight. Now they're up there.
Mhm.
So I don't know if this means that the next one takes place in space, but
Sure does.
it looks like this has been like part of a long standing relationship, a long plan. The thing I love about it, the inclusion, everybody's welcome. So many cool people that we got to meet at the party and talk to at the party. We were in and out. We just missed Jordan Rogers and golf projects. So sorry, guys. We bounced. I had a flight to catch.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I was in and out that same day, so we missed a couple friends of the program that showed up later. But I think the thing that they did to both shoes is that they actually changed something. They didn't just change colors, they changed something physically on the shoe, which mentioned Air Max Plus, one of my favorite Air Maxes of all time. They get the webbing. And then on the VT4 here, the giant swoosh. We
Oh,
love,
Yeah.
we love the big swoosh. I think
oh,
the big
that's
swoosh is
yes,
killer on this thing. So
yes,
that's
my
just
favorite part.
I don't know if we're going straight into ranking or scoring the pack, but for the sake of time, I'll just go straight into it. For me, the VT4 is I rank it above the Air Max Plus, even though you can wear the Air Max Plus off. I that's there's phenomenal. I'm giving this thing like a 4.8. I love gray and blue. I love gray and blue, so that's one of my favorite color combos right there. So I don't know, maybe I'm at 4.9. I don't know what else I would change on these. So VT4 for me over the Air Max Plus. I'll go to Gumby on this one.
I
Next one.
I was saying that I might need to pick up these Air Max Pluses because A, I don't have a pair this year, and B, the the thought of changing that very signature like webbing on the plus to then say Eastside on one side, Golf on the other, and it still feel like an Air Max Plus. I just think like that is like that's so cool. That's such a cool, unique thing. When has anyone other than like been able to change that? Like even like a
I
Right.
think
Travis
there's
Scott,
once, I don't know if it was a Supreme, but there was one other collab way back when they
yeah,
got it. That they're the only other ones.
right. Like even like a Travis Scott just flips the swoosh backwards. It doesn't like do this. Like this is innovative. This is cool as shit. You know what I mean? So the plus takes it from me. I like the Tour fours. I do. I think they're just like really like sharp. Like that would be like these almost would have looked better on Rory's feet than what he was wearing. You know what I mean? Like this week, and I don't knock those because that's just the base model of the Tour four. But these would just like hit a home run. I just think they're so cool. The metallic is it, but yeah, I think I'm right there with you, Matt. I'm at like a 4.8, 4.9 with the whole pack. I think it's just super like slick. Um, you know us like where we wear things on and off the course. Like you're just pulling up to a gender reveal party if it's going to be a boy in these, right? Like I mean, these are perfect for that. So
And I
Absolutely.
think I think
it's
the only reason
cool.
I'm not giving it a 5.0 is because I don't want to be like, oh, you guys got swayed because you got invited to the party.
No,
But
no, yeah.
they're pretty damn perfect. I mean, they're pretty
I
darn
just
good.
think like yeah, like just the thought of them changing them. I just think it like changing the webbing on this just just adds that and then that little metallic underneath the sole like
On
thing
the
that
whale tail.
yeah like just
Yep.
there's just something about these that are is really really
It's
well
the
done.
it's the
um
time. It's the time. It's the masterpiece of this being put together as a
yeah,
collab with Eastside and Nike.
yep,
They care. That's what it
yep.
is. They care. They wanted to show this off. Um,
I think it's great.
I'm with you, Matt, on the VT4. I like that a little bit more better than the Plus. I love the big swoosh on the VT4. That's just calling my name. And the blues just blue, gray, white, just that's perfect. So I'm right with you, both of you. I'll give it a 4.75 just to be a little bit different. I would like to give it a 5.0, but we were there. I'm still in the same boat. 4.75 for the VT4.
Yeah, I think I'm going full 5.0 now. I'm going full 5.0. Question for you guys. Little conspiracy theory, little discussion pointer. Do you think there was no Ryder Cup shoe because they knew this was coming out? So like technically these are the
Oh
Ryder Cup shoe.
yeah, I
Because
mean,
I could see like you don't want to take away from, they're gonna have a merch pop up. It was a big collaboration with Shopify, all that
Yep.
stuff. Beautiful,
Yep.
again, beautifully done. I'm
Yep.
not mad at it. If these are the Ryder Cup shoes, I'm not mad at that.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I don't
I
think
like it.
that they. I don't know if they think that way of like it's like one or the other. I just think that this was the year to maybe not do a Ryder Cup shoe. I think that the other stuff went into it. The activation, the House of Innovation stuff was probably more of what they wanted to do this year for it, and kind of take a step back from like the shoe of stuff. Again, like I don't know how you top a red, white, and blue shoe from the U.S. Open, Scotty. You know what I mean? Like so, I'm fine with that. Like same thing with like even like a Ryder Cup shoe, like or a British Open Euro shoe could just been the British Open shoe. Those were really damn good, you know. So I think these are they just kind of like pulled back and then that these stand alone. I'm assuming that these had been just in the works for a while, especially with the webbing to like change that and manufacture that. Then it just like lined up perfectly that like, hey, this is a big time where we're all gonna be there, let's kind of like do it together. But I don't know. I like where your head's at, Matt, because I think that is like a like let these shine. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think they're great. They're great. Thank you guys again for the invite.
Yeah. Thank you,
It's
Eastside.
pretty
Well done.
awesome.
Yep. Thank you.
Um, well done on all of that stuff. So
I think there's also the important aspect of like Eastside and collabs like Eastside. This feels like 10 years ago with Nike. Like this is where again, like Gumby, you're nailing it. It feels like the Nike Golf Club is coming back because it's like, hey, let's do a collab with someone cool that gets Nike Golf's name out there to people that probably wouldn't think, like people that might have forgotten about Nike Golf, right? And this is something that like Melbon did in a
yeah,
way when they first started collabing together, which probably was around like 16, 17. So we're
yeah,
we're we're approaching like a decade ago when they first started, working together. So that's where I understand, like, hey, you know what? If we did a Ryder Cup shoe by ourselves as Nike, it does not get nowhere near the buzz than doing a Ryder Cup release in New York City with Eastside Golf, right? Like
Yeah.
those guys are a brand unto themselves, and it's cool to see Nike not, say, hey, we will give you Eastside on the side of a classic Air Max Plus. Like that's how important you guys are to us. Like it's cool to see that partnership together with the two of them. Yeah.
yeah. So those that kind of wraps up your stops in New York City. I think the rest of the week was slightly let down until today, right? Sunday, the the Sunday Signals was at least a fight back. So we'll get into a little bit of Ryder Cup talk. It is a slight golf podcast in like the littlest way, but like I I'm gonna say something that's I think slightly controversial.
Oh.
I think the USA has a disadvantage in a Ryder Cup um, every time because they play in a President's Cup. Like every year, the USA team has to get up for a team event. And I'm not saying that you can't get up for your country. I think most people can. But the only every 2 years does a Euro team do. And obviously, you see the camaraderie. And this thing was over when you saw the Zoom calls of all the faces of the Euro team and all the faces of our team, the USA team, because they was over then. They're all happy. We're all like, so that was a I have to poop myself face in case everyone didn't know or didn't see me. So I just think that is kind of like it's I don't know. It's such a weird disadvantage of it should be an advantage, but it's a disadvantage. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm making excuses. Maybe I'm also one of those weird like pacifist type of people where I don't really like conflict. And so when you get to a Ryder Cup, you get all your favorite players and then they're battling each other and I don't like it. Like I don't like people yelling at Rory. Like I don't, but like also then like it's the New York fans that's gonna happen. Like I don't there's so much shit going on with it.
Yeah.
So your guys'
We get
thoughts
we get you, Gumby. We get
as
you.
I go through this, like I think it was cool to see it. I think Keegan was at such a disadvantage, but
He
That's
should have
disappointing.
played.
He should have played.
That's my overall take on that one. I think he should have
Cool to see
played. He could have
Jordan there.
captained.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. Jordan
cool to
was
see
there.
Jordan there. Right, that was cool. Did you guys have FOMO being that close to it and not going, or did you not care that much? Curious, because we saw, I think we saw a lot of people there, right? A lot of friends of the program were there. We saw Allie was there, Jordan was there, a bunch of other people. I had a bunch of friends there. Damn, Keith's cousin worked at it, like you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
so
For the
did you
whole
guys
week. Yeah.
have some FOMO being like so close, but kind of so far away in a sense, or not really due to how it like kind of turned out?
I think I got that itch when I got down there really early Thursday morning, and I was 15 minutes away, but I kind of knew how these crowds were going to be, just like overcrowded kind of thing. And I don't care, but I'd like to go watch them. And you're going to be taking more time walking to each hole or something, or trying to catch up to actually watch these guys
You've
play.
walked that
So
course, Keith, together,
yeah,
and
well,
I
I've
don't know
walked.
if I want to
I've
be a spectator at that Ryder Cup. Damn, my legs would have
yeah,
fallen off. You know what I mean? Like that's a
yeah,
hard walk. So
yeah. I've walked that place 6 times already. I've playing there. It's awesome. It's challenging. You are tired when you cross back over that road on 15. You are dead, and you have to climb the hill up to
oh,
the green on
you have to
15,
climb a
and you're gonna
couple
die
hills
up.
because you
You're
go
gonna
up, down,
yeah,
up, down.
up
Like
down. Yeah.
yeah,
But just to kind of piggyback what you were saying, Gumby, about U.S. playing every year in a type of match kind of thing. I'm gonna go like on the other side. It could help them, playing with each
should
other
it
or
should it
partnering with each
should
other. It
help them,
should help.
but
I'm just taking the two sides of both of these, stories. But I think overall, the Ryder Cup, we got the energy back a little bit on Sunday. It kind of ended better than we thought it was going to end, and not everybody was sleeping on Sunday. And I think there was a couple picks in there before when the teams were picked on the U.S. side that could have changed a couple things if he went with a different guy or if Keegan played. I'm a big fan of that. If you're going into Ryder Cup, who's playing the hottest coming into September? Who are your guys, your 12 guys that are playing the hottest? And
it's him.
he was right there. He was seventh, eighth, or ninth, or whatever in the rank. He just won at Travelers in June. So again, so it was cool. It was kind of cool to be that close, but I was gonna stay away. I knew what the crowds were gonna be like. By the time we got in there, by the time we went to the merch tent, by the time we found somebody or caught up with somebody, you got to think it's only the first 2 days, Friday and Saturday. There's only four groups out. Four groups in the morning, four groups in the afternoon. So there's eight groups total. It's not just a consistent wave like in a PGA event or whatever event. So um, we didn't like the outcome. We fought our way back. That's fine. We saw one and two go head to head. I did say to a couple people before today started, I go, Scotty's going to win, and he did, and he won by one.
He's so
But
good
but it
in
was just it
match
was just back
play by himself. Like I
single,
don't
yeah,
think when he
singles,
has to
yeah.
deal with others, like four ball, right? Like that's just not his. So, Matt,
Yeah,
your thoughts on the Ryder Cup, B, FOMO maybe being so close? I mean, you were in and out in like 12 hours, so I don't
that
know.
was nuts.
A hotel stay wasn't in the budget, and neither was a
No,
Ryder Cup ticket. Let me tell you guys,
no.
like 750 a ticket or whatever it was going for on secondary. If
I
you
mean,
got the
yeah,
cash, if you got the
that's who
cash
I
to pull
saw
it
there
off, God
today.
bless.
You just saw him. Was no? Did you see Dan? You didn't. Danny was there.
Danny
Danny
was
was
there, yeah.
fast.
Barry was there
And
today,
Barry was there today, and you just saw
yeah,
Barry. So those are the people that I was like seeing. So
yeah.
But yeah, back to the question about like the Ryder Cup itself. My thing about it is, yeah, I feel bad for Keegan because the guy, you got him crying. He doesn't open the duffel bag for a couple of years, yada yada. I gotta think if he wasn't the captain, whoever else would have been the captain this year would have picked him because he won the Travelers. He stole it from Tommy Fleetwood, who had 4 points by himself. Remember, like Tommy,
yeah.
when the U.S. had four
And
and a half 2 days ago. He's got that 4 point.
you
That four
need the
points. So like, why
fire that
wouldn't you?
he brings too. No one is bringing that. Like Justin's the only one that has those like fist pumps. No one else was really fist pumping fiery, other than DeChambeau a little bit. But like, you need that fire. That's what all of them got that fire on the other side.
Well, and that brings me to my next point is like I mean, you could talk about whether it's an advantage to play it every other year, but like, who played last year? Like the guys that played in the President's Cup last year, half of them aren't on this team.
That's
Like,
true.
let's be honest, the Euros had the better team. I went back and I had serious FOMO because I had to work and I had to miss Whistling Straits when, and they set that record. And I'm glad that they didn't get, the Euros didn't break that
There's
record.
7
But
people on that team that were on this team, that Whistling Streets team. There's 7 guys on that team.
yeah, but you're missing Brooks. You're
Missing
missing
JJ.
Spieth. You're missing heavy hitters. You're
I
missing
know.
Brooks, Spieth. Patrick Reed was missing from that one. Guys that have faded off into the distance the last four
Tony.
years.
Tony was on that
Tony.
team. Yeah,
Tony was on that team. Those are vibes guys. Those are big guys. Those are
I know.
big names. People get up. Nobody's
You're right.
getting up. I'm sorry. God bless former Nike guy Russell Henley. Nobody's getting pumped up for Russell
Oh
Henley.
my
Nobody's
God.
getting pumped
I
up for
mean,
Sam
you
Burns.
can't.
Who
You
is
can't.
Ben Griffin? Who is Ben Griffin? Right? And these guys show up every other year because of whatever stupid point system we figured out. Right?
I hate
And,
that.
and it's just be honest. Like the U.S. team is. I don't think the U.S. team was as talented this year.
No. And to be
Me, I
quite
was
honest,
playing
someone like
Friday.
JJ Spawn, who I was also like maybe a weak link, played really freaking good and didn't get
Like
enough to
good,
play. You know what I mean?
and he
Like,
just didn't play. He sat out yesterday
it's
morning.
because those the
It's
rookies,
just
you always have those fringe rookies that like qualify but like shouldn't maybe like or whatever. And keep going, Matt. We keep interrupting you.
No, no, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, like everybody gets passionate about it, and when you look at something like this, I mean, like, hey, if it got this close, right? What was the final score? 15-13? Was that the
Yeah.
final? Okay,
yes.
okay. If it's that close,
Envelope.
we look. Hey, we all love Keegan. We all love Keegan. We say that Keegan should have played, but should Keegan have ran it back the day one to day two, and then look at what happened, right? Like you could
Yeah.
also second guess
Yeah.
that thing.
Oh,
So
Setup.
hindsight's 2020, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing about it is the whole thing is marred to me. I kind of feel silly arguing about the whole thing when probably the bigger discussion is going to be the fans. The whole thing is going to be about the fans,
Yeah. And
right?
I mean, it crossed the line. It was brutal. We worried about that 2 years ago when it was, or however long ago when it was announced and they won, and everyone knew that like what it was going to be and how bad it was going to be. I think Rory talks about it in the literally like the Rome, was it Rome? Yeah, press conference, like going there, and he's probably gonna like, but like you're talking about people's wives. You're talking about why, like, you're calling Shane Lowry fat. Like, I mean, that's just not like you're throwing drinks at Erica. Erica's an American. She's not Irish. She's like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just wrongly doing. It's the same people more that are probably putting tons of money on Rory to win like the Masters and have made money off of him, or the same people that are in like Ricky Fowler's DMs telling him to like, you know, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna say it on here, but you know what I mean. Just people are awful nowadays. Like and you would think that like it almost outprice like they almost outpriced people like that, right? Like they were so expensive for the ticket, but like you would think you might be outprice it, but
nah.
apparently not.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's one reason I don't have the FOMO because it's like I
no,
like I
I know.
kind of know and like look, I don't
I would have been
look,
embarrassed
we're
if we went
different. We're
if we
different.
went
All
now.
three of us have kids, right?
Yeah,
Like I don't take my little kids to sporting events because I know, especially when people are going to consume certain things, like I don't take them to football games. I don't take them like, and golf is a little different because it's a gentleman's sport. Now, to your point about pricing it out, right? Yeah, I would think like, hey, you know what? The people that get freebie tickets to TPC Deer Run, yeah, maybe it's not the place to go because you'll see people getting overserved, right? Or overserving themselves. But for some reason, I think maybe because you spend that much money to go to the Ryder Cup, you start to feel a little more entitled, right? Like, hey, they're giving me free sandwiches, that was cool, by the way. I don't
yeah.
know if that
That's
was just a
PGA of
tent.
America, right? Like that's the same thing they do for the PGA Championship. We had that at
That's
Oak
cool.
Hill 2 years ago. You get a wristband and you can eat as much as you want. Like they just have
Mm.
that. You just have a wristband to go through it. It's pretty cool. So same deal for the Ryder Cup as well. But again, that includes it. Doesn't include alcoholic beverages. It just includes regular drinks. But
Not $20 Mick Ultras.
someone's got a pocket little sipper. So
Well, I think that's the strategy, right? You feed them and then they got to drink something, right?
right.
So you charge them through the roof for the booze. But, Keith, I'm going to get your thoughts here in a little bit, but like I've never understood, and this is because I've had a friend that works in Chicago media for a very long time, right? And we've never understood like, look, you pay your money, you go to the event, you have every right to boo, You have every right to cheer. You have every right to clap, right? But once it starts to get like personal, or you're saying like stuff that you wouldn't want to say in front of like your, let's just say it this way. I would go to a work event, boo or clap, right? If I went with my coworkers to a Bears game, I would boo or clap. I would never say anything else because I don't want people to think I'm a loon. But for some reason, some people go to sporting events and they think it's like no holds barred, like anything goes. And the thing I don't want to lose is golf is special. And we've said this 2 seasons ago, I think it was. Golf is special because you buy one ticket and you can be courtside. You are ground level courtside. You find the right hole and you can see your favorite player and get within 6 feet of them. And I don't want golf to ever lose that. And the fact that the Ryder Cup and we pump up all this patriotism and stuff like that, like guys, it's not World War II. It's not 1948, guys. We're not fighting the
Right.
Axis. All right. It's a golf tournament. It's a golf tournament. We all laugh when the caddies are getting into it with each other over stepping on a line, and whether you said excuse me or you just waved the guy off, right?
Yeah.
Like we kind of laugh. Like these guys aren't
Like,
WWE wrestlers either.
wave
Like what are we
hat.
turning? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
My
turning this
boy.
into TKO entertainment. So you
Yeah.
take it away because we've rambled a little bit here.
No, I just think overall, I think it just got a little bit out of hand, but they knew, everybody said they knew it. They expected it was coming. It was New York City, it was on Long Island. But you take it too far sometimes. People just take it too far. And nowadays there's video evidence of everything now. Are they going to go after these people for throwing things? Probably
Probably.
not. Or they should, yeah.
But
But no,
I
I
think
think they should
Rory.
go after the guy. I'm sorry, Governor, to interrupt. I think they definitely need to go after the guy. The beer that went at Erica. It's
yeah.
it's shown now. Somebody waxed the beer
Yes,
out of
there's
another dude's hand. So if anything, that jerk off owes the other guy a beer. At
that's
minimum.
it. End of
Minimum,
story.
you owe him 20.
Yeah. Well, I think like Rory said it best is like he's out there, he's playing Scotty today. There's more there's more cheers against Rory than there is for Scotty. Scotty's the number one player in the world. Cheer for your team. I've never understood this, and from a fan perspective across all sports, cheering like not cheering for your team and just cheering to cheer against the other team. That I've hated that forever. Cheer for your team. Be the supportive one for your team. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Cheer for your team, and that's what we didn't do. That we didn't give them. They didn't give them down there enough energy cheering for them. They just went for the other team, and that
Yeah.
fueled them. Rory said it as well. Like, how does it feel to like hear all those chants and then stick it to 2 feet? And like, I guess it wasn't that close because Tommy had to chime in and say something else, but that he had to putt it. But he said it was pretty effing good. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Yeah.
and like, I always want to be like, stop! You're feeding him. Like you're just making him stronger. Like Villain Rory is the best golfer in the planet. Like we've known this. Like it's like Flat Bill Rory, Villain Rory, Flat Bill Rory, very close together in the epicenter
But
of best golf.
in the beginning of the week, he said that beautiful stuff about America. He loves the
Yeah, of course.
country. His
Yeah,
wife is American. And
yeah.
obviously, these guys didn't care. And I've always believed in rooting for greatness. I actually don't even like to boo. I don't think
No,
boos produce anything. If
the
my
only
team's
booze that
playing
I do
bad,
are for the refs.
right? Yeah, I'll boo the ref. I'll boo the ref.
Right?
Yeah, I'm with you
Because
on that
that's
one.
like the one thing that changes outcomes. I think so.
That's why the home team usually gets a favorable replay call and all that stuff, right? But
Yeah.
like, yeah, and then
No,
you
I
think you're
am
getting
very
in a
biased. I am very not biased when I do replay. Okay, just putting that out there. Need the
well,
record
and
to
I'll
stand. I'm
say,
a
and then
replay technician.
certain people think like, oh, if I get it in the player's head, that helps our team. No, you're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself, and you're
Yeah.
embarrassing your team by the way that you behave, right? And it's
Yeah,
unfortunate. It really is. So, I hats off to Europe, man. I mean, that's a throttling. At the end, like it was like Sunday morning. It was like acceptance. Like everybody was like, hey, they're sticking it to us. Like,
yeah. No,
what
you
can you
definitely were
do?
like, this is over. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch football today. I'm not gonna tune in. And then I'm tuning in because they made it close. They did. I
And I
thought,
had my Tommy impression down. I was ready to do the Tommy thing, but I don't know. I can't do it now. It's for the moment. But yeah,
Yeah, but what unreal run by
you
him
didn't
though.
stick it that close. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my god, some of the shots that he hit where we're just like,
The shots,
just
the putts, like it just like a continuation to his whole year this year. It's just been unreal.
yeah,
Last two couple years with him, it's just they had the better team. To put all
they
in
did.
perspective, to wrap it up, it's just like they had the better team. They won 15-13, and on to next year in Spain, right? 2 years from now,
2 years. No, Ireland.
Yeah.
Ireland.
Ireland.
Is it Ireland?
Yeah, it's
But
close.
by the way, here, let me get my mean stuff out since I'm ragging on people for saying mean stuff. By the way, Cantley, don't need you,
Oh,
dude, don't need you,
No,
don't need
Patty
you.
Ice was
Just
Patty melted.
thanks for
I,
wearing the hat. Finally, the 500 grand finally did it for you.
yeah.
Yeah, I also think that took away from like that to me they lost then too when they were getting paid and the euro wasn't. Do it because it's like for your country. You don't need to get paid for it. You guys get
Oh
paid,
yeah.
but
Well, Gumby, you
you know
kind of mentioned it, like how they have like this sourpuss look on their face when they're getting announced, and
it's
it's
like an
like,
obligation. Like you know how many people like I look at like someone like
I want to
Cam
go
Young,
play.
and I feel like I look like Cam Young right now. I got like some like flow going on.
Yeah, you got the
oh,
But like
flow.
I love Cam Young. What a
like
what a dog.
But
Yeah.
like, dude, that dude should have played every freaking session. You mean the guy that holds the freaking record as like a junior at Bethpage Black isn't playing every freaking session? Like, come on, like like I love when the analytics and I'm gonna stop rambling here. This is the last one, but when the analytics say that the worst pairing is 132nd out of all the pairings is literally like is Morikawa and Travis
English.
and you run them out twice. Keegan, I love you, but
Yeah, that was
I
yeah.
do want to know. This is the one thing I want to know, and I texted this in the group chat yesterday. Did they run through a brick wall today because he opened the duffel bag? I want to know if he opened the duffel bag because I said like you got to keep it a little bit close, but how you win this thing is on Saturday night after you keep it a little bit closer. Had they been closer, you open up that you pulled out the duffel bag in the team meeting room, put it on the table, rip it open, and the whole place goes wild because everyone knows
Yeah.
that story. And then you throw it in the Euro locker room and let the stench kill them, So, right? So, I don't know. I unfair to Keegan overall. It's over. On to the President's Cup. On to the
Yeah.
next one.
But the one point I did wanted to add to that is these guys, the European guys, you see them, hey, 2 weeks ago, they're all playing together. They're like, honestly, I heard that the US team went to Napa and played together.
They played the Pro Core. Yep.
I barely saw anybody bragging about that. I didn't see any stories from
That was
anybody of,
Scotty
of
won
consequence. Again,
chasing
I don't
down
follow
Ben
anybody
Griffin.
other than Scheffler on this team,
Yeah.
right?
Scotty
Because
won
again,
that one,
it's
but yeah.
right. No,
Yeah.
I know he won that one, but I'm saying like he's not bragging about like, hey, I'm hanging out with Team USA and all my
Oh,
buddies
yeah.
on Team USA, right? The European team's like, oh yeah, we had a meeting in Europe a month ago, 2 months ago. Like
I can't.
Luke Donald kept bragging for the last few months about team meetings and getting
Yeah.
together in hotel lobbies, like not even just to play, but just to get together as a team. And maybe that's something that is the benefit, Gumby, of like when you have 2 years to plan, you're like, hey, we're all gonna be in here. Let's all meet together in this European country. Versus the US team is like, oh, I guess we got this thing to take care of in 2 weeks. Let's go hang out in Napa.
I also have an addendum to the rule. You should have to play. Each person should have to play in 2 sessions, at least like once a day. Because Rasmus Højgaard played in 1 session and then played in singles, and that
Yeah.
was it. And you should have to play in a 4-ball or a foursome on each day. Like at
I thought you were going
least.
to talk about the Hovland thing.
The envelope is the
Nah.
stupidest rule in golf, but whatever.
No,
So.
yeah. Well, my question
You
was
shouldn't.
they
I was
they
like, then
still had a guy.
everyone on the Europe team should just forfeit with an injury, and then they'll win because all they have to do is split. Like I don't understand. Like
Right? Yeah, they
you know
didn't
what
have
I
to play
mean?
today. Right.
Right? Like
But my
just
question was, there was
all
a guy
retire.
not playing, right? Like, was there a
Yeah,
reason the one guy
Harris.
not playing? Why couldn't
Harris
he sub
English.
in for Hovland?
No. Everyone plays Sunday signals, so they had 12 out there. So
Oh,
they didn't
English was
have.
out there. Okay. All
No,
right.
no.
No, in English was
There was
in
only
the
11
envelope
groups.
to not play, and so he was the one that like.
Yeah.
I guess there's like you put it in the beginning of the week, like who wouldn't play or something like that, and so he was
I
paired
don't
with
get why
those.
you can't sub. Like that's another thing. Like why couldn't he sub and potentially lose and we get the full point? Right?
I
Like
think the
that's what I'm
captain should
saying.
have to play. Luke Donald should have had to play. In that. At that point in time, the envelope rule becomes that the captains have to play each other out there.
Oh yeah, I like
That
that.
would have been awesome. So. Or that's what they get rid of the envelope rule. They get a tie, and then the playoff is a 3-hole stretch between the captains.
Yeah.
there you go. So, gents, great weekend overall for Nike. I think obviously Euro team is also better for Nike. 3 of them versus 1 of them on the USA team. So we need more USA guys rocking the swoosh. Tony, get back on this team. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, so and we got some young guns coming up too. 26 is going to be a cool year. Stay tuned for our next episode, probably closer to the holidays. I got to like hang out with my little girl. And Matt needs to stop traveling. So, you know, one of those things.
Yeah.
But I think been a really cool year for us. And I think this was a little like chef's kiss to it, to be able to be invited to these events. Hopefully more to come in the future from us and from the gang. Keep watching our content on YouTube, and keep following us on Instagram at the Swoosh Life Podcast. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube and here. Follow the podcast. Keep us growing. Keep us moving. People like it. People like it, guys. So we ain't going anywhere. But any final shots at Rory? You know, no, I'm just kidding. But any final shots for as we wrap up this Ryder Cup recap?
No, it was good to see 1-2 go at each other. It was, that was if it wasn't going to play out and we got,
paid off for
yeah, it
Nike.
paid
They
off
got
if
paid
we're,
off, you know?
yeah, that, and if we were still going to get killed or anything, it was so cool to see them go head to head in a match play kind of environment and everything. But overall, week flew by. I can't believe it's already Sunday, new week already, Matt. It was good seeing you. It was great. Loved being your Uber driver all day long. But it was great to go to Nike. It was great to go to Eastside. Overall, A+ week.
Yeah, again, thank you, Eastside, Sotheby's, and Nike. What a weekend! Great activation, great job, guys. Great job to the team there. I thought it was awesome. Great sign of things to come. I mean, if this is what a nice after dinner dessert this was for the golf season. So
Yep.
fans, we got a lot to look forward to in 26.
Sure do. All right. I don't remember what episode this was, but stay tuned for the next one. And for Matt, Keith, Gumby, see you in the next one. Bye. If you enjoyed today's episode, go follow us at the Swoosh Life Podcast on Instagram, where we have a lot more content. Watch us on YouTube at the Swoosh Life Podcast. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment, and make sure you keep listening to us on all the places that you can find your podcast: Apple, Spotify, and more. We'll see you in the next one. This has been the Swoosh Life Podcast.
Checks over stripes, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, that's what we like. Yeah.